Hello viewers, this is Africa Renaissance TV and I am Bakar Mane. Today I have a guest who is going to be a host of a very interesting program, Africa in Sport. The guest is here with me to shed light on the manners in which he is going to handle his program here on Africa Renaissance TV. Mr. Alimbuk is the man that is going to be behind Africa Sport. Yes, Alim.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mane. I am Alim Bob, like you said. I am going to be hosting the Africa in Sports with Omar Jallo, who is going to be my co-host. We're taking you through a series of sporting activities inside the Gambia, outside the Gambia, and we are going to tell you everything about sports as far as Gambia is concerned, and outside the Gambia is concerned, because we are not only going to concentrate on sports in the Gambia. The program said it all, Africa in Sports. We are going to go in detail of our African sports as far as sports is concerned.
We are going to go in detail on African sport and international sport. Perhaps, what area in sport are you going to focus on more?
All disciplines of sport.
But more?
Football.
I just need specifics.
Football, it's the most popular sport, and we are going to do sports. Football. We'll do also other Olympic sports, because we are not only concentrated on football as far as Africa Renaissance TV is concerned. We are going to give opportunities to other disciplines of sports to also be seen participating. We also want to know their problems so that we can also bring on the table for possible solutions.
But we have seen, series of, programs, but the issue here is, how are you going to combine all these multi-sport? Because when we say sport, it is very diverse.
Indeed.
And Africa here, especially in Gambia in particular, people's focus is only on soccer. As if you put in other type of sport, people are not interested. And even if they are interested, they don't even know. Because in high school or primary school or even school system, you will see that the sport that is popular there is football. I don't know how is your program going to scout out the enthusiasts in other areas of sport.
Yeah, we're going to work with not only sport administrators but PE teachers from schools, wherein they will come out and speak to the people about their problems in terms of facilities. Because it's not because they don't have the expertise, but they lack the facilities to train these kids in those disciplines of sports. And you find out that there are a lot of sporting associations in the Gambia. It's not only GFF that is here. You have the Gambia Handball Association, you have the Gambia Volleyball Association. These are all associations that are here, that are ready to support the athletes, young athletes, to develop from the school system. But if you go to the schools, that's where the problem is. There are no facilities where teachers, PE teachers can train these kids, train these athletes from that grassroots level to love other sports. What all is available is a football field, and that is something that is really hindering the progress of other sports in this country. And we'll make sure that we address those issues with the right authorities, and we'll invite the right authorities here on Africa Renaissance TV, on My African Sports, so to talk about their challenges, to talk about possible solutions wherein they will be able to come up and solve problems and make sure that problems are going to be solved, and other sports will also be featured in the country, and we'll also have athletes taking part in Olympics as far as other sports are concerned. We have a lot of young talents that are in the school system, but because we lack the facilities wherein they are trained from that grassroots level to have a love of another sport, which is not only football, to at least be able to develop them as a career.
Yeah. So when is this program going to commence on Africans?
Yeah, the program is going to commence very soon. We will have every Thursday from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. It will be hosted every week. And it's going to be very, very interesting.
So who are these stakeholders in football or in sport that you are going to invite?
Yeah, like I said, we are going to bring administrators, we are going to bring athletes, coaches, all stakeholders as far as sports is concerned will be featured in our platform to make sure that they are also listened to, and their problems are noticed by the authorities so that they can intervene and support their initiatives. Mr.
Mbu, let's focus our attention to the most talk about World Cup that is about to start. And when it is this World Cup starting?
Well, it is the biggest this is the biggest competition as far as sport is concerned that is involving a lot of countries. We're talking about 32 teams going to take part in this 1 month tournament. It is going to be very, very joyful in Qatar on Sunday, because the tournament is going to kickstart on Sunday.
But unfortunately, your love country, your country, Gambia, is not part of this most talk about World Cup. So what makes this World Cup super interesting in the exclusion of your country, the Gambia?
Well, it is. We will get there. We've never reached the AFCON, but actually, with time, I'm very sure, with the right things put in place and supporting the system that we have, I'm sure we're going to qualify someday to be playing in that biggest continent.
I hope so. I hope so.
Yeah, absolutely.
I hope so, indeed. So now, what are we going to expect from the World Cup, as far as our African teams are concerned? Because I learned that, there are some strong of African teams. How many of them, in fact, and what are we expecting from them?
We have 5 African teams that are going to take part in this year's tournament, and Senegal is the biggest name on that list of African teams that are going to be representing the continent, and they are big. They are neighbor, because actually they are not the only West African country. Actually, we have also Cameroon and Ghana. They are also going to be taken. But if you look at the majority of teams that are going out from the West Africa, which is a very they are very close to us, and actually and looking at our football, the way it is evolving, we will also get there. And actually, it will be something very, very interesting. And looking at the Senegalese team and what they've done in the recently AFCON, we are expecting them to go very far in this tournament this year. Well, anyway, let's see what's going to happen. But actually, the expectations are very high in the size of the Senegalese team.
But the expectations are very high on the side of the Senegalese team. We are made to understand that the famous Sadio Mane is not going to be part of the tournament. Do you think this will have an impact on the team? And if it will, what sort of impact?
Yeah, psychologically, actually, it's going to affect the team and their setup, because Sadio is a very, very important player in that Senegalese attack, and he busts the moral of the team, and having him absent in the tournament, it's a very, very huge setback in the Senegalese squad. But actually, there are big names players in Senegal that can step up and make a difference and try to make the country proud. And Senegal is a country that have a lot of their teams playing in first-team football clubs in England and other countries. And actually, with them coming up, I'm sure with the experience of their coach, Aliou Cissé, absolutely, I'm not sure they will cry for the absence of Sadio, who is recently got a very big blow for the preparation of the tournament, actually. Yeah.
So, but yes, actually, I also definitely look forward to seeing Senegal actually migrate to that level where they normally, because I can remember some years ago in one of the World Cups, Senegal went up to
the quarterfinal.
Yeah. But I'm not sure we will see this thing coming here, especially Sadio Mane, as you said, psychologically, he keeps the team moving, because actually as a result of him, they won the AFCON.
Yeah.
So definitely that would be a setback.
Indeed, a huge setback, but I'm sure not only Senegal but other teams are also going to be there, because if you look at the Cameroon team are also very prepared morally and they're ready to go. And
so what do you think, among the African teams that are there right now, who do you think are the favorite?
I'm going for Senegal, with or without Sadio Mane. I'm going for Senegal, because if you look at their combination and the caliber of players they have, they can.
But if you talk about Sadio Mane in Africa here, you equalize him to the
Lionel Messi.
Obviously, I'm thinking of his counterpart in Egypt.
Egypt, okay.
Mohamed Salah.
Mohamed Salah, yeah.
I'm made to understand Mohamed Salah's team is also not.
Mohamed Salah were eliminated by Senegal. It was Sadio Mane's team that made them not to go to Qatar.
Okay.
And they're not qualified to be in the continental championship.
So meaning.
In the World Championship, yeah.
The African continent, 2 key players are not going to play in the World Cup.
A huge setback.
That is a very, 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 very huge setback.
A huge setback for the continent.
But so do you think this is, hope there is no foul play somewhere else by the international bodies?
Well, anyway, there are...
From your own opinion.
From my own perspective, I think Sadio would have not gone through that surgery, and they should have at least waited and see whether he could manage. But anyway, because they're the one paying Sadio that huge money salary every week, they want to protect their player. And the tournament is just a month, and he's going to serve them for a period of 8 or 7 months for the league. So they will see that they protect their player, they protect their interest. That is my thought. They will protect their interest in the and Senegal will cry. and actually which is really going to be a very big, a huge setback for the coach Cisse's selection.
Oh, honestly, that's just unfortunate. It's rather unfortunate.
Very unfortunate indeed.
Indeed. So now, coming back to the program that you are going to host. So what are we expecting? Is it that you are going to cover the entire World Cup, or whether you are? Well, how are you intending to?
Okay, we're going to host African games, big African games for that matter, and we'll invite sports specialists, football specialists, coaches, and tacticians to talk about the game, the games in detail, analysis of the details of every game that Africa plays, being it Senegal, Morocco, Ghana, Cameroon. We'll talk about them in detail and see their chances of progressing to the next stages, and of course their groups that they are in. Because if you look at Senegal, is in a very tough group, because it's in the group where the host country is, that is Qatar, and of course we talk about Morocco being in another big group, which is very tense. Of course, talking about also Ghana and in Cameroon in a group where Brazil is. So we're going to invite some specialists, some very good tacticians, coaches, Gambian coaches, who are going to be our hosts for this World Cup, wherein they're going to discuss about the chances of these teams in progressing to the next level of the competitions. Yeah.
So which of the African teams are we expecting to play for the first time?
Yeah, Senegal is going to play their first game on Monday. So they're playing their first game against the Netherlands, which we are going to host, and we're going to invite a very important and of course knowledgeable coach to come and share a platform with us, wherein we discuss about we're going to discuss about their chances of progressing and of course winning and going to the next stage.
What type of programs are you going to bring in your program?
It's weekly program. It's good. It's 1 hour program. We are going to make sure we have very important events covered, and featured of course looking at the biggest competition in the Gambia that is coming, that is the Super Nawetan will be coming. We're going to host, we're going to make sure we have events covered in the Super Nawetan. Also, the NECOF is coming. We'll have sports taking place in those regional competitions. We also invite sport administrators, like I said earlier, to talk about their problems as far as their sports are concerned in the country.
Thank you very much, Mr. Alimbo.
Yeah.
Well, viewers, that does it for this program. I was Bakari Mane, your host, and then here my guest was Alimbo.